where you at with your writing? You've been at for a number of years. How you started at that writing thing?
Ashanti. I blame Ashanti because I was living my life well, and then Ashanti came to me and he said to me, boy, this year Jati used to write for me, but Jati didn't give him anything. Ashanti and I, we go back a long time. As teenagers, La Panse, we used to be just making music. I remember in physics at school, at college, we did this thing with the different sounds and the levels of water.
Right.
So I had these big Pedrak bottles, and then we did a little xylophone, and we used to be making a lot of noise as teenagers on the La Panse Road. And Ashanti was singing, so I met my brother and I used to be playing and Ashanti singing. And then one day he said that we don't have, but that was after, because he knew that I had some kind of music. I like Calypso. And he said to me, well, come and write him 2 songs. And then I wrote, first song I ever wrote was Lucia. Can
you imagine that? One of the epic songs in
and I never able to write. I just kind of put everything in that song. And of course, Alcoholics was another one, underrated one too, but this one also was very good. And the rest is history. So it's Ashanti. Ashanti is the one who really got me into
What do you think strengthens your writing, the literary techniques and devices you use? What has helped it along the way? What experience you had that boosted your writing?
Well, to me, it's the melody part of it more than anything else, because although I didn't start, because a lot of people know me for writing, but melody is because I do have some pan experience.
That's what I want to get to. You know around the pan yard a lot.
Yeah. Nofstars. I have a lot to thank Ivan for, and Ivan kind of recruited me from, because I guess he knew of the little history we had making the noise in La Panse.
Right. So what were you in the engine room, in the rhythm section, or you?
No. I used to play pan. I used to play tenor pan.
Okay, you actually played panorama?
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, man. I played one panorama. I can't
That's what I'm saying. I know you're around the panorama.
I played on the road. But the thing about the pan is that if pan takes you into the rudiments of music, because the pan is kind of set on fourths and fifths, for bam 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 bam, and I got into that, and the what I think my talent really is, apart from the writing, is you give me a chord progression and I can put 5, 6, 7 melodies on that for you.
Okay.
So that is where a lot of people think it's the writing, but for me more it's and when I have a melody, it's much easier.
Okay.
Except for this song this year, which is Please for Them. I have that song about 10 years.
The song or the melody?
The melody for 10 years, and to get the lyrics on it, I had to go back to what my father taught me to get the correct lyrics on it, But melody is I think for me is what I consider my own strength.
Yeah, and so you the melody first, and then you put the song.
It doesn't matter. So Lucia came from an article. That's Maximin. That guy wrote something about the population, and at the time, also my work experience working in the Ministry of Health data, and knowing about population.
Statistics and so.
Yeah. So the thing is to put all of the facts with all of the things that you need to do to write a calypso. And it helps you if you're double toned, it helps you with a lot of things when you can put in the facts inside of there somehow. Examples and facts.
Any literature background you had?
I dropped literature in college. So I mean, it shows you that it's not really academics more than anything else. It's more like living life, being able to describe life, talking to people.
And having a knack to
it. Yes.
And having a knack for it.
Yeah.
The talent is a gift.
Yeah.
The other aspects of carnival arts, I always stress that you're very well rounded, Naham. That I know you're a good costume maker, a good drummer.
Oh yes. Drumming is my drumming is. I have a drum everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, there's a drum. And it's just something about the drum, that it touched my heart, and so I work with 2 groups, at least 2 groups, 4 groups, in terms of the drumming as well, and did a little professional work. Gene Lawrence is a guy I did a little thing with jab too, but drumming definitely is my love, my first love now.
Yeah, Naham, You speak a lot of your composition and your skills as a composer. Tell me your two best songs to you.
My two best songs. Well, obviously, You Shall Get In Low 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 is my best song.
Yeah. Although some of the purists will tell you it defies a lot of the rules of composition.
Oh yes, and everything.
Too many words, too many verses.
Yeah.
But still, a deep song like that is so wordy, almost like a road march.
Yeah.
It's a slow social commentary that people treat like a road march. They go crazy over it.
And it had 5 verses, you know.
Right.
That's 5 verses, and the rain was falling, and it was amazing to see people standing in the rain.
You sang it first at semi-finals, right?
Yes.
At the semi-finals.
Yeah, at the semi-final. No, I think it was quarters. You know.
So early? No,
semi-final. Because that was in the gate in the
cinema.
Clark Cinema.
Semi-finals, they released it first.
Clark Cinema.
And then people came looking for that.
And what happened that year, Ashanti got so popular because they saw us who they think would win. You remember that?
Right.
And then everybody who called said Ashanti won that year, you know. And I
think
they banned that from that year.
One of the years where people went to the field to crown Ashanti.
That was that year.
It was just ceremonial.
Yeah, that was
the
that year.
judges were under pressure there because they came to, that song.
That was that year.
Went crazy, and that song really a defining moment in our Calypso history, you know.
And I want to mention, I am humbled by support like Mario Michel. I want to call him because a lot of people don't know Mario Michel is an excellent judge, of Calypso. Mario Michel is the only one who found out, who said, I've heard him say that the rhyme, there is a rhyme in the verse. You have to wait for the verse at a particular place in the verse for you to get the rhyme.
Give us some lines.
So that was the one was since she scrapes your womb, so she get in boom, and that's there by itself. The abortion is here by here, but you have to wait for the next verse
to get that rhyme.
So she scrapes your womb.
Right.
You understand? And it was just so the rhyme itself.
One
was
is she gets in boom. Next one she scrapes your womb.
She scrapes your womb. Soon she won't have room.
Right.
I can't remember all of them.
Right.
But I mean for Mario to follow that like that, that means he's paying attention. He was paying attention because, as you said, it's very wordy. And I think that's one of my weaknesses. I try to put sometimes I think too much. There are subtle things like even this song there that she did. When she's saying she's in place for them. When you see them on is a demon.
Yeah.
Now people will miss that, but she's talking about burning at the time, and if you have to listen really to her. I think that's one of my things, because in the hype of Calypso, boy, people just want to hear a nice song. People just want and they don't really want to sit down and listen and things like that. So that's a big challenge for me. Yeah. But throughout, man, I'm thankful. Very thankful to the Almighty. Thankful to people how they have embraced me. The year that I missed there because mourning for my wife there, and it was amazing how people were sending me, man. Yeah. Not even one song, not even a piece of song you put in the thing there, But yeah, man, it's been very good for me.
Which two you selected to do? You have verse and chorus from each I asked you.
Well, the two that you asked me, so I will do. And you asked me about obviously the song, the other song for the greatest impact was Compy.
Compy, yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Compy moving,
holding on, and then we had to change it to moving on. But my favorite song from Minel is the one that you asked me to do. And that's Two Toms.
Let's go.
Thomas and Tom.
Okay.